So off to Belfast.
First time ever, yes.
Via Bristol Airport.
Yes.
So I drove us there.
And it was a good flight, and you can see Mel sitting there thinking, what are we going to do? And there were various things we could see. Once we were up in the sky, we could see all the windmills in the sea. And when we got there were loads of flags, but not once we got into the centre.
No, this is where our hotel was. It's pretty hip, that street. So we had beautiful weather. We decided to go off exploring the first afternoon, didn't we?
Yeah, and it's like a lot of British cities post-industrial, they're kind of renovating. This is the hello and welcome of Holland and Wolf.
Holland and Wolf, me with the big fish, and very colour coordinated there.
Yeah, showing that salmon are coming back into the river, so that was good.
Lots of new glass buildings,
You
which
didn't like that one,
they didn't
did
have
you?
in the 80s,
No.
of course, because of the bomb threats.
Yes.
It makes the city look quite homogenous, really. I wasn't so keen on them.
And they're building a whole new city where the Docklands used to be. So there's a lot going on. Lots of old buildings, Victorian buildings as well. It's got scattered all over the place. And this one, well, we went in for tea and scones.
The Morgan Hotel, I think it was
Yes,
called.
and what do we have?
Well, the scones took ages to arrive, but we had beautiful tea, and the decor was absolutely stunning.
Yes, the scones were great when
It was
we got
quite a
there.
landmark, actually, in the city, I would say.
There's another landmark. Went off to see Queen Victoria outside the town hall. Why were we happy, Mel?
Because the sun was out.
I think it's because we were going to go off to the famous pub.
Oh, yeah, we did, the Crown Liquor Bar. We found
Yeah.
the Crown Liquor Bar and had to have the pint of Guinness.
Pint of Guinness each, I think.
Yes, we didn't share.
A National Trust property.
Yes.
It was quite something, actually.
The decor was amazing. It's nice that they preserved it, actually.
And then
Yes.
back out, and then we went off for ribs. We thought ribs would be a good idea.
Yeah, we had ribs and more Guinness.
It was delicious. So
And the second day, you booked a coach tour.
it was going to rain, so it kind of made sense. We met the bus outside the Opera House. This is the tour shop.
Irish drizzle.
Yes. And the first stop was Carrickfergus Harbour. This was in Game of Thrones. Everything was in Game of Thrones. But it's also famous because who landed here, Mel?
William of Orange.
William of Orange. And every day, all the flags
There's the
up.
Ulster Unionist flags.
Even the everything's in orange. Yeah, even the lifeboats in orange. So that was a good first stop.
And this is Game of Thrones as well.
This is the wall going up north.
Lots of fairly grey sort of little fishing villages really that we drove through, weren't they?
Lots of Union Jacks. You could tell what allegiance each place had. This place had
Republican.
If you look in the corner, you'll see a Sinn Féin poster. Sinn Féin now the largest
Slightly bit of art
government.
I contributed
Yes, this
for
is
the afternoon.
that was beautiful. So we were kind of rolling along with the kind of stop every every half hour or so. Countryside very green.
Yeah, super green. And I was shocked. I didn't realise you could see Scotland.
Yes.
You could see the islands of Jura.
We didn't go on this, but there are the islands of Jura. We just saw them in the background there. This one closest to us is Parthenol, and the land at the back is Scotland. So you can swim across. It's 20 miles.
Yes, or if you're a giant, you can walk.
You can walk, yes, and throw your hand. So now we're off to Bushmills, and we're going to go to the
Dark hedges.
And we took our own lunch, so we got there before everybody else, and it was really.
This is the house where you could see the dark hedges from. It was built for the lady.
And this is the distillery, which Mel wasn't that impressed with.
Well, we just stopped for the shop and a tasting if you fancied it, but who wants whiskey at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? So we just had a quick look, but it was nice to see the building.
And here we are with the barrels.
Looking suitably touristy.
We are
Very well coordinated, Jack.
And look, another castle, another Game of Thrones castle. And doesn't that hut look
They were pretty spectacular, actually.
Pretty dramatic, yeah. And this is on our way to the Giants Causeway here.
Which is, where the giant walked across.
Which is where the giant was. And it is quite something. It was very hard to get any shots without thousands of tourists in. It reminded a bit of Stonehenge.
In that respect, yes. But I have to say that the rock formations were absolutely amazing.
Yes.
It is quite staggering.
And this was our last stop on the coach tour. There was a pub which we were very grateful for.
Irish coffee.
And then we went for tapas in the evening before watching the football. And then the next day off to the Titanic Museum.
That was really good, actually. We had a really nice morning in the Titanic Museum. They're developing, as you say, this whole area is going to become like a new city.
What is this woman up to?
I'm setting off to the sound yard.
A sound yard? We are in the sound yard. Clanking. So lots of tourist things. This is another Game of Thrones.
This is the last boat that the shipyard built.
Yeah, and there is the building. It looks quite dramatic. When you get up close, you realise it's kind of plasticky bits stuck on, but it still looks good. Look at this. Peter Robson and Martin McGuinness. And this was my favourite mural,
Yeah,
actually.
no, it was actually. It's very very representative of the hard work that went into
The
building.
museum
ship.
was fantastic. We couldn't find any pubs to show the football, and Daniel wasn't very impressed.
We watched it in the hotel courtyard, which was okay actually.
Yeah, we got a bit cold.
You've
Daniel,
got
what
the
happened?
second half of
Look,
the
there was a
battle
goal right at the end.
Yeah.
And then on the final day, well, we thought with the late playing, we may as well go off to the kind of university area. We set off, and there's still lots of fine buildings. This is the theological college.
It's what they call the botanical area of the town, isn't it?
And
there it is.
the botanical
Palm House.
The Palm House, like a little mini queue, but not quite as spectacular.
Yeah, but still lovely.
Yes.
Still lovely, but yes, this part was okay. I have to say the rose garden left quite a bit to be designed.
We wandered around looking for the herbaceous border.
We decided it was just a little bit that was planted outside the Palm House.
And this is the highlight of the rose garden. But the other thing that was there was the museum, the Ulster Museum.
Yeah.
More Game of Thrones in the Ulster Museum.
And Caravaggio.
And I like this second one quite a lot. I think that's right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed just pondering over those for a bit.
But what we realised that hidden away in the bowels was this section on the Troubles, and here's Hill Fort, and this is the murals.
Well, this is a wall that's been painted over and over again throughout the years, and really reflects what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was Queen's.
Yes, on the way back past university.
Oh, we had to pop in for
Pop
another
into the pub.
Yes.
Because we had quite a big thing organised. We were going to take one of the famous black cab tours.
Yeah, the hotel booked it. We weren't quite. We weren't prepared really, were
No.
we? We had a Catholic driver who'd been born on the Falls Road in the flats, and we got a really impassioned
It was powerful
story
stuff.
from his side. And of course, we were watching it on the news
Yes.
at a similar age.
All our
he
lives, yes.
He was living it.
He was living it.
And he had me in tears at one point, actually. And these are the gardens, to recognise those.
This is the line between the two.
These are peace gates.
Yes.
This wall that you're looking at, guys,
Yeah.
the bottom part of the wall was initially built by the army, and they believed that that wall was bigger. And over the months and years that followed, unfortunately, because of the problems, it constantly got getting bigger. Today, in parts, it's over 40 foot high. But you can see that by looking at this, there's nothing on the wall to remind us of the Troubles, apart from the wall itself. There's no murals on it, it's all graffiti and signatures. And we have encouraged the young men and women from all over the city to bring and add some colour to the wall.
So are we in the neutral zone here?
Well, we refer to it as no man's land,
Right.
but we're very aware that it's all Protestant.
Right.
But we call it the no man's land because the wall's so far away from the Protestant homes.
But they haven't plastered it in Protestant stuff, really.
No, it is very much neutral. But we have encouraged, you can see the young men and women can go to any part of this wall and they don't have to ask permission from anybody. And they can go along and they can stop at any piece of artwork that has thousands of names on it, and they can cover the names in the artwork with a brand new piece of artwork. And we return the favour. Everybody goes looking for the new piece of artwork to be able to write all over it.
Right.
And you can see above the artwork, as we drive along, little reminders of what was on the wall before it, that in some places was so high up the wall it couldn't be reached. And it reminds us of that when it was covered, there were thousands of names on it. Wrote all over, covered, wrote all over, covered, wrote all over, and covered again. It's been happening for decades.
Sadly, we couldn't go onto the other side very much because there was a lot of police presence because of the preparation for Battle of the Boyne. Lots of bonfires set up ready to go. And it's a little bit menacing, wasn't it, in a way?
It is a bit menacing, and it was quite interesting because I'm slightly apprehensive coming here because of all the things we heard in our childhood. And then when you got there, it looked like a typical post-industrial British city. But then you kind of realised that it wasn't. That all of this is still bubbling away just under.
Yeah, and here's their hero,
Bobby Sands. And what a thing to starve yourself to death for a cause. So it was quite sobering, wasn't it?
It was a sobering and probably quite apt way to finish the visit, I think.
Apt way to finish. Okay, well done. Belfast, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Melanie. I will put that bit in.